Hello, and welcome to part 2 in this single hinged binding art book. That was hard to say. My book is under pressure here on a big brick, and it has been sitting there for a couple of hours now. Not that it's a couple of hours since part 1 was sent. That was last Monday, and this is next Monday today. But I will put a link below under the description here, in the description box, or under the little word more for part 1. So you can look at that first and see the construction itself. But today it's all about filling up the pages, and I have done some of them already because else it would be a very long video, and I had several parts on this, and I think this is enough with 2 parts here. But look at part 1 before you look at this video here. And for you, those of you who don't know me, many of you do, my name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish mixed media artist, and I like to do all sorts of things, slow stitching, embroidery, jelly printing, making art books, altering books, and collaging with both paper and fabric, and so on. And there are playlists where I have divided all the different subjects up, so if you only are interested in one of them, look at these playlists instead of in the whole feed of all the films or videos. They are there already. Yeah, I don't think I want to say anything more right now, so I think I will remove my brick and we can start. So here we go. This was the part we made last time. It won't be the front page, but the first page in the book, and we made this spread here. So now I'm going to do this spread here. Let me see, I am in frame. And for that I have chosen these 2 images here. So I will just quickly tear them out. It's quite different to tear in these papers from the catalog from the People's University I have used all the images from than it is to rip in normal copy paper. I haven't thought of that before, but it really feels different. I think I want this picture up here, so I will cut it straight here and here and tear the rest. Like that. And I want it to be up there because I think it looks so nice with the dark that is there. And yeah, so perhaps I don't want that blue thing down there either, so off with that. So perhaps I will sit it there or there in the middle, I don't know yet. But I like to let this part be there, but I will certainly put something more here on this side. So I will find some papers I think will look nice with these images. Yeah, I have this piece here, and I think this looks nice here. And don't cover so much of this off, and perhaps a little strip of this down there, but I think I will start gluing these 2 down. Yeah, I will remove this so I have some place to glue. And I could go a little over here, yeah. There are so many things to consider while you're filming here. So even though my mind is on what I'm doing. Yeah, I think this is empty. Yeah, I have to stop and find another one. So a brand new one. They go quickly here in my studio. I use a lot of them. Oh, I will have to be higher. Yeah, that's better. And where is my... Oh, I have so many things here on my table. You should see it. It looks like somebody have dropped a bomb. There. And then this little piece up here with the image from the catalog. If you don't like to glue on your substrate where you're working, you can always take an old book or something and use as a glue book, but I will change the paper here when I'm finished with this project. So these two look nice, and I will cut this one off. Away with that. Yeah. What else do I want? I also have this piece here, but I don't think I like that. Perhaps just a little strip of this. I think I'll just glue it on and cut the rest off. Overlapping there. I can let it sit for a little and then cut it off, and then we can do this side here. And there I had this image, and I can see there's sitting some white there, and I don't like what spots or white lines where they ain't supposed to be. I also have all this big paper here, and there isn't much there except that the dots down there, and I don't think they do anything. So perhaps I will just use this whole image here, or this, I think it is a roll-off sheet from when I was on jelly printing. So I will just take my ruler here. And sorry for the noise. Yeah. Let's see. Perhaps this way here. And then we can place this piece like this. I think I like that. So I will cut it off so it fits exactly. I will cut it off so there's a little overlap, so I have something to not to be worried if it's big enough. So I will just take this part off like that, and at the top also. So I think I will glue this down here as it is, all of it. I think it is such a nice print. So I will glue this down and be back. You can see I'm putting it down with glue on, and I do that to be sure I don't get in the crease here, but because then it would be difficult to close the book. So this has to dry, but I think we can cut the other side off in the meantime. Cut it clean, not off. I don't want to cut my pages off. I just want to clean the edges here. That one. And that one, and here we go. Away with that. So I will do the same here. Cut this clean. Whoopsie. It isn't easy to talk and cut at the same time. Sorry for my arm, but I have to hold it down here. So away with all these bits here. And I think I need a little more cutting here. Yeah, I think it is fine. And I think it is still a little damp. So it is always important to put a lot of glue in the corners of your papers and around the edges, so you're sure they are sticking down. So here the angel will be placed, I think. I'll have this small thing here. Perhaps we can put it in there. Yeah, I think I like that, so I will do that. This is just a little snippet of a jelly print where I have used the rest of it somewhere else. And then I save these small bits because you never know when you're going to need them. Like, I think this was nice now with just a little bit there. Oopsie, and there's a cut-off thing there. And burnish it down. I don't know what's on that paper, but it's quite rough, and it is like this paper won't be glued down, but it's me who's in charge here, so sit. So I think that looks nice there. Remember to put your lid on in between, because else it dries out. I think I want a black line down here. And there is my water brush. Yeah. And I also think it could be nice with a black line down here. So let us see. And I just take my finger and smear it a little. Also down here. It gets really black, this Stabilo roll. So if you want black, use that pen here. So I think this is all it needs. A little seascape up here and something from, yeah, I don't know what it's from. It was in my catalog. So I'll do another spread. Well, this spread here, I know I want to use these two pictures. That old bird there, and I don't know what it's called in English, but it's a species who had died out many years ago. I had seen one when I was at the Faroe Islands, and that was a stuffed one. In Danish it is called a Geyer bird, I think, but I don't know what it's called in English. And then I want to use this image. I think it is also, I know it's a bird skeleton, and I really don't know why my brain is wired so strange, but I like, yeah, strange things like this, or some people will say ugly things, but I have weaknesses for for such things here, and strange animals also. Everybody can love a quiet little dog puppy, but yeah, it's just me and my strange wired brain, as I said. But I want these two here, and I think to be some contrast, maybe it's better to put this here and this one over here. And I think I will tear this out here like this, so the mark wasn't sitting there, and then I can take this off here. I don't know, I always have a tendency to sit my things in the corners, there or there or there. But yeah, perhaps that is a little stupid here, because this here is where all the interesting things are happening. So perhaps it is better to put it here, so I will not be covering so much of this. So that means, where is my ruler? I've gone again. I'm getting crazy here with all these things. Yeah, I will take my scissor here instead. It is here somewhere. And think I will put it there. And then I will also cut this clean. No, I think I would. Yeah, I will cut these two edges here. And tear this bit here. I think that would go up there. And then we have to cover some of the white. Here I think I will just paint there and there. And here I want something there that is quite dark. And this isn't so dark. Yeah, what do we have here? That is even darker. What about this piece here? And the bird there. I think the color-wise is nice. But, yeah, something like this, and the bird goes over. There, and then I have all this yummy thing there. I think I like that, and I would glue this down for now, and then I will paint this and show it to you. You don't need to see all this gluing. You have seen enough of me gluing here, I think, and that would take a lot of time from the video itself. I will be back. So done with this spread, and I found some small bits and bobs and glued that on and that on, and I think I want to black line here to cover some of the white edge up. And just smear it a little like this. And yeah, that went well. So let me see where the next... this is the large spread I will make here today, and then I will make the front side of the book also. And then I am done with this project. And the two images I wanted for this piece here, or this spread here, I have found these two ones. And this is an old city from somewhere, but I think it looks nice in the colors. And this one here, I really like the colors of, and it is, I don't know where it's from. But let me see, where do I want it? There. I think I want it down here, like that. And then this one has to go up here, so I will cut that and that here. That's a different paper again. I think perhaps it is from an old National Geographic, this piece here. So I think I will put this up here. And then I will have to do something there. I can paint down there, and what can we put in there? That's... yeah. I will be covering up that piece, but perhaps that doesn't. Perhaps that's okay. This piece could work there. It's nearly like it's elongated the image that is there already. So I think I will do it that way. There, and then I will just find something there. And here I have these two leftovers from, yeah, they aren't long enough. So I also have this piece here. A snip of that could work perhaps. Yeah, it's in the same color family as this one, and then just paint that down here. There. I think I will go with that for a start, and then I will see how it looks and see if it should have something more on it. So I will glue it and be back. So done with all the gluing, and you can see I changed my mind. I put that the other way on the paper because I want to save some of these lovely marks that are there. And that gave me a snip I could glue on there. And there was the snip you saw, and another snip. And then I also put a snip there. So if anybody could recognize this, it isn't so obvious anymore because I have glued other things on. So now I will just take care of this white here. There will be these white gutters in most of my book, and if you don't like them, you can always paint them when all your book is done and it's dry and okay to work in. But right now it is a little damp. All the gluing and all the painting I have done. And a little bling bling there. Ooh. It's always a nice thing with a little bling bling. And I think I will make a black line here. Quite a strong one perhaps. Yeah, I think this is fine. An old city somewhere from, and oh yeah, I forgot here, down here. I will paint that too. Boop, boop, boop. I think perhaps this one is the best color. I really like these collage here because you can mix them and you can put more water on them, and then they will not be so strong in the color, and you can blur it out so it looks like it is belonging there. So done with this spread. I would let it dry for a little and put it away, and then I will make the front page and glue it on, and we can make it sorry, a flip through of the whole book. I don't know if you can remember, I talked about I would put a spine on the back side and my brain on the on the front side, or not my brain, but a brain or two brains on the front side, because as I just said, my brain is wired a little strange or different, or yeah, I don't know, perhaps it isn't. I think I know other who likes all kinds of strange things like I do. But I have taken just an ordinary piece of watercolor paper, and I have cut it down in the same height as the book, but a couple of, not half a centimeter is too much, but 3 or 4 millimeters more in the width than the pages in the book are, and that is because I wanted that to be a little overlap here, so the pages will be in there. And I will just glue it on the hinge exactly as I have done with all the other pages, and there isn't a hinge here because this would be the last one. So I have already made, this would be the front and this would be the inside of the front. And I wasn't thinking so smart there because this would be covered by the hinge. So I should have removed my frog out there, but yeah, I think I have been gluing and talking and gluing and talking so much, so my brain isn't functioning optimal, I think, but it will be as it will be. So now for this here, and there's a little bottle, but hopefully that would disappear as soon as I begin gluing here on this side. So here I have these two brains here, a cut up slice of it and a brain there, and I think I really like them to sit like this, and that requires a strip there and something under there. And I have this strip from one of the previous pages. Sorry if I stop talking, that is because I'm thinking at the same time, and then I stop talking. Yeah, you probably know that. So that, and then I need something for under there, and I have several options. I have this one here, and that is matchy in the color, so that would work well. And I also have this piece that is a lot darker, and I haven't been using any of this paper in the book before. And then I also have this paper here I could use, but I think I will go for the dark one here. so it won't be so matchy. So I think I will start gluing this down first, because, yeah, just because. There. And I will just take that off there. And I will glue that down there. And then I will glue this down there. And this down here. And then, yeah. Do I need that to go under? Yes, I think it does. So this is the last thing I will glue on, then it is this one, and then it's this one, and the first one there. And again, you don't need seeing me gluing all that down. I will be back when I glued it down. So done with the front page. So now I will just have to glue it on here. So again, I will turn it this way and put my piece of paper here. And put a lot of glue here. I don't know if it's because I have put the whole book here under my heavy brick. It is, while it has been, the glue has been wet still, it feels like it has slided a little that way, but I'm not sure. But I will just line it up here the best I can, because I can see some of the first page. It doesn't matter that much because it's the same color, so perhaps I should have waited to cut a snippet of this off, then it would have been fine, but yeah, of course I didn't. But I don't think it is a good idea to put anything here on the spine, because then you won't be able to have it to lie flat, and that is the nice thing about this book, having it lying flat when you open it and work in it. So here we go. Now I have this not so nice white thing there. So I think I will either paint it or, and its little paw there, or what, I don't know what the arms and fingers on the frog is called, but yeah, you can always take a piece of washi tapes and cover it up. Oops. Like this, and perhaps that's not a dumb idea. I think I like the color here. I very seldom use washi tapes, so perhaps that it has been lying there for too long. Yeah, I will fiddle around with that, and then I will make a flip through with you and tell you a little about the different images. And by the way, I have, of all the things I cut out from my book, I have 6 images left I didn't get to use for here in this book, but I will be back. So here we go. And as soon as I have done this flip through, I would put my clamps on and give it some squeezing so it would be lying very nice, and I think it does. But as I have said earlier, the more neat you are, the more precise you are, the neater your book will be, or else you can say, I don't care, it will be as it is, and I like it wonky and with, yeah, whatever you like to do. And I will also say this hasn't cost me a penny. I haven't bought anything. It was all something I had either for free or something I had already. And that is a nice thing too. But let us start with the beginning. My brain book here, I think will be the name for it. And feed for the brain is reading, for instance. And therefore I put some text in there. So I think it's a nice front cover or page for this book here. And then the first spread here, and that was a stupid thing. I should have put my frog over there so it didn't miss that. And this image I just like. It was from the newspaper. And this was a spread we made in the first part 1. And this one we made today. And there will be some you haven't seen before because I have made them myself. I think this is a picture from Pompeii because I think I can remember I have been there once. And these are some old books, I think. And this was the paper as it was. And all these papers are glued on. And this one I just made here in the video, so I don't have to say so much about that. This spread I made the other day, and I like these fish with wings. I don't know if they are called fly fishes, but that would be the most obvious thing, but perhaps they have another names. There I have punched something out earlier, and then I used this thing here, and it makes me think of bubbles. And this spread I also made the other day. I think this is seed pods I picked from a magazine somewhere. And this is an underpaper I have glued down. There was some pages that were really, really blue. If you can remember, I couldn't cope with them. And I don't know what that is. That's also an image I have taken out somewhere because I liked it. So I think it is a nice spread here. And this is the original paper, and I just let it be as it is and glued that gold coin there. And I don't know what this is, but it was in my newspaper this was several years ago. But I really think this was a funny thing because you can see perhaps these small persons jumping up and down there. And down there are some people in a boat. And this was an old book page I had painted myself. So I think that fitted in there. And this is like a sail and a boat there. Perhaps they are going to sail away. Yeah, that could be. Now I'm just, I don't know what it's called when you're making something up. And this here is also a nice spread. And this is the old Copenhagen, an old map. Copenhagen was called Hafnia in the old days. So this was when it was a really, really, really small town. And not at that time, but later this guy walked around in Copenhagen. It's Søren Kierkegaard, a very known philosopher and writer, and he had written a lot of books, and most people can't read them because they are too many notes I have here, or too many words. But one of the things he said I think is funny is if you marry, you will regret it. If you don't marry, you will also regret it. And yeah, perhaps it is like that. And I don't know if this is Copenhagen, but I think it is the marble church, maybe there. And this spread here is quite dark. It is some old town from somewhere. And this was the original paper from the book. And all these are glued in and painted and a little bling bling. And here we come to this. This is also an image from the newspaper, and all the images from the newspaper I will go over with some matte medium so they don't fade away. And these were from the catalog, and I think this is, yeah, I don't know why, but it gets me such a lonely feeling, this picture, because there's a big room and a single chair standing there. The original paper. And this one, yeah, that's a guy from the plague. Original paper and some others there. And this, many of you perhaps will think, what is he thinking about? And I can see I need to cut this cleaned up there. But it's also you have been cutting up, and you can see some of the things inside you. I don't know what all the things are called in English, but plague and that, I think they fitted together. And here, that is so dark, perhaps you can't see it, but it's a very famous Danish painter. She was called Elisabeth Baumann, and then she married Danish and was called Jericho. Was it the other way around? But she was ahead of her time. Yeah, but I like that image there. And then there's a little Buddha down there, and a strip there, and all sorts of papers glued in there. And this one is, yeah, a little funny perhaps. I don't know where this is from, but it's a big, yeah, perhaps it is our castle, Frederiksborg Slot. I think I can see the images there of our kings and queens, but I'm not sure. But it's a big castle we have, and Christian IV lived there, or built it. And I just like the image, and I put these papers on, and I think there was missing something, so I glued that little angel down there. I particularly don't like angels, and I don't collect them or anything, but there's ended some up here in this book, and that's a little funny. Yeah, and there, one of my favorite places, Venice. I've only been there once, and I really hope to get back there before I leave my shoes. And I thought this guy, who's some holy person, was matching Venice because it's such an old city. And yeah, this is the last, and this is my spine, who keeps me all together. So this was the book. I hope you have been inspired, learned some tips and tricks, and perhaps sort of using things you wouldn't normally use for this kind of project, and enjoy doing it. You can put anything in your book, what you want it to be about, and you can get such nice things, and you can see it lies so nice flat. So if you have liked what you have been seeing here and enjoying the video, please give my videos a thumbs up, and please consider just subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be very helpful of you, and I would appreciate it very, very much. So this was part 2 of this book, so I will only say now, take care, be creative, and bye-bye for now.